Well, good afternoon. This is RJ Owens, your man on the streets for Tweet the Streets. I was trying to think of a topic today, and I was thumbing through the newspaper. Who am I kidding? I don't thumb through the newspaper. I flick my iPad screen. And that gave me the idea for the topic. Let's talk about digital. I am amazed at what a digital society we have become lately. I don't receive anything paper anymore. I don't get paper bills. I don't get paper bank statements. I get nothing paper. And I was amazed. I don't even get the paper. And I love it. I love the fact that I'm getting everything I need digitally. Although, there is a part of me that still harkens back to the sound that a paper makes when it's being shuffled. Or reading the funnies on a Sunday. But you can still do that. You can still pick up a Sunday Times. As a matter of fact, I highly recommend that you pick up a Sunday New York Times, if not just for the articles, the crossword puzzle. Because everybody should do the Sunday New York Times crossword puzzle in pen. But digital, God, I love it. I'm actually recording this entire segment on my iPhone. And I'm going to edit it in iMovie. How cool is that? Which leads us to one of our new topics that we're going to be having here on the show. And it's called WhatsApp. WhatsApp! Every week I'm going to come up with a different app that I love, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So, Will, I hope you like that. But let's stay digital. I love this thing. I love everything about being digital. The thing I love the most about being digital, of course, is Photoshop, because with Photoshop I don't have any double chins, and I weigh a lot less than I normally do. With that being said, this is RJ Owens, your man on the streets for Tweet the Streets. You can follow us on Twitter at Tweet the Streets, or go to don't go to Man on the Streets. Go to tweetthestreets.com. Until next time, I'll see you in the funny pages.
Will Roberts out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and Tweet the Streets, tweetthestreets.com. Well, today's subject is a pretty fun one. It's digital media, not like YouTube or anything like that, or iTunes. It's more or less some newspapers versus the iPad or any other form of digital way of getting your stuff, Kindle, anyway, iPhone, I think I said that. But in any case, the dispute is it better or more fun, or is this really going by the wayside? I know that the days of newspaper routes are probably gone. I had one. Most people I know had one. You wrap it in a rubber band and throw it. Practice throwing it at certain things. Nowadays, we don't wrap them in newspapers, or we don't wrap them in rubber bands. We wrap them in really expensive leather cases and carry them around. But it allows us to get the media when we want it, as often as we want, big color, with movies, with sound. And the problem is that, well, for me, being ADD, which, by the way, when I was a kid, that was really just called hyper. Anyhow, I can go anywhere I want, and I can pick on the app I want and get my politics. There's a plug for them. Anyway, and I can pick anything I want. The problem with that is that when you start reading through an article, you start seeing links, and you start clicking the links, and you're going somewhere. And, well, if you're anything like me, ADD, you wind up 15 sites deep. And you really didn't learn a whole lot, because I can't really focus on the story, because pictures, keys, silver things, I'm a guy. Anyway, so, I have a little dilemma, because I like newspapers. I'll tell you what, I miss getting a newspaper in the morning, getting my coffee in the morning. I got to go out now and get my coffee in the morning, which costs more money, and my pastry or my whatever happens to be at Starbucks or wherever I go. Coffee, conversation, and cartoons, that's me. Anyway, I get through it and I read it and it's there. The newspaper, it's like I read it, and the USA Today is perfect for that. I call that the attention deficit disorder newspaper, the Reader's Digest version. Most of their stories start on the first page and end on the first page. Pretty much anything that you're doing ends on that page. That way you don't have to go surfing through stuff. And they give you the condensed version. Well, again, that works out for me real well. The other thing is that, I just feel kind of sad for the newspaper industry. They called me up the other day because my wife finally pointed to the corner of the garage and said, "You see that?" Which was a pile of rolled up newspapers that I could have made a Lincoln log home with, but she basically said, you need to recycle those. So they called me up and they said, why are you stopping your newspaper? And I said, well, because unfortunately I have like a collection of newspapers that I haven't even taken the rubber band off them, and now I'm going to recycle them. So I don't know if it's a good idea I'm trying to support you, but I don't know if it's a good idea to support you to recycle. The only thing they're good for now, I told them, is for my bird or to train my dog. Sit, boy, down, no on the rug. I mean, you can't really train your dog with an iPad, can you?
Okay, Chaps. Chaps. Down. Down. Roll over. Roll over. Chaps. No. I'm the newspaper.
Anyhow, well, there's the subject. TweetTheStreets.com. Go to our site. Leave us a video response would be good, or maybe an audio response, or just write us something. We want to know what you think about this digital media. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I mean, what is wireless anyway? I've got more wires now than I've ever had in my entire life, and I don't really understand it. I've got more wireless devices. But remember, with every wireless, you need a wire. Okay, TweetTheStreets.com. See ya.